Speaking of really good music, though, let's bring in our featured artist that's hanging out in the Netherlands. Probably one of the most European remote. I don't even know, where are you? Are you on Antarctica? Where is the
Yeah,
Netherlands?
something like that. It's called Holland, the Netherlands.
Holland.
Holland,
There we
yeah,
go. I know
Holland.
Holland. That's in Michigan, right?
Yes, of
Holland,
course you can.
Michigan.
Yes,
I've been
Sure.
there.
Yeah.
exactly.
No, so anyway, Hans goes by the musician named DZ, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, cool.
Thank
And
you
I,
for having me. By the way, I'm very honored.
oh yeah, absolutely. If anybody doesn't know, it's about what time in Holland?
Well, I think it's now 4 a.m. Yeah,
Ooh,
Very
4
cool.
a.m. Yeah.
dedication right there.
I still haven't figured out if you got up early or just stayed up.
No, I got up early. Very
There we
early.
go. There we go.
So,
Cool. So
3
appreciate
hours
you
or so.
getting up early. And so this is the time of the show where I have you just briefly introduce yourself. We've kind of talked a little bit, but who you are, what your short story is. We're gonna get deeper with
Yeah.
Dave here in a second, and you can introduce Lovin' and Dancing for us. And after you introduce us, if you could please say "Hit It, Rob" in Dutch, that would be awesome.
In Dutch.
And then we'll play the
Okay.
song.
Yes. All right. Well, my full name is Hans Peter de Zeeuw, but that's not an international stage name, so I changed it into DZ, like the consonants D apostrophe Z. I'm from Holland. I'm a professional drummer. And well, 3 years ago, I was laying in my bed, couldn't sleep, and suddenly a very big, loud voice said, "You've got to make a CD." And well, that was really a life-changing event. And 3 years later, we are here, and I just released my 5-track mini album in the melodic groove jazz funk genre. And I ended up working with Katie Leone, the former singer of Incognito and the Random Heavy
Oh, cool.
Anastasia, and 2 times Grammy nominee Sandra Singh Victor from the Family Stand. She's worked with Prince and Chaka Khan. So it's been a wild ride so far, and never imagined I would come this far. So it's great. So ga voor het Rob Loving and Dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
That was it, Rob.
I defy you to dance with me, seduce me. I will make it worth it, I promise you. I don't mind to dance with you, don't lose me. Just get on your feet, I'm on to you. Feel the heat when our bodies are moving. It's the chemistry I'm looking for. We're in liquid, sensual emotion. Don't you dare to stop it on the floor. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm in love with every move we're making. We don't need the words we used to say. I just love you, electrification, so exciting in every way. When it comes to love, there is hope for a star. There is enough. Enough, you just call. When it comes to dance, we can set us free. We should give it a chance. Do it for you, do it for me. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Can't stop now.
Deeper with Dave. Deeper with Dave. Oh, yeah.
Sponsored by
So I want to put the listeners in the shoes of Hans right now and understand, like, Hans, he lives in Holland. He speaks Dutch. He did
I'm
not,
sorry.
no, hey, just let me explain. He did not take classes. He didn't like prepare for this interview. He does speak English, but he's jumping right into this interview in a language that is just one of like 4 that he speaks
At
with
3 in the morning.
yeah, at 3 a.m. with no preparation. So he's like, he's just trying to like kind of remember the language as we're talking. So I mean, I want people to understand that. That's
My
pretty
brain is
impressive.
a little bit, yes,
Yeah. It's a little scrambled right now, but
yes.
anyway, man, this is both Joe and I mean, this is like JoJo Key's music, a little more than my
Really?
style, but we both love this funky
Okay.
jazz. There's a little R&B flavor going on here.
Yes, definitely.
And first thing I want to talk about is we've had some European artists, one in particular from Sweden that actually plays Southern U.S. blues, and he sings in
Yeah.
like a Southern style, and we're
TJ
just like,
Leonard.
yeah, TJ Leonard. So we're like, all right, this
Right.
guy lives in Sweden and he's touring in the South U.S. and he sings like traditional blues. It's like, how does that happen? And if you think about it, I mean, music is universal, right? It's like,
Absolutely.
however you're raised, like the culture I guess family and the culture that you're raised in, those influences are kind of set the stage for what kind of music you start listening to at first. But as you get older, you start exploring the boundaries, and it's interesting. I just wanted to hear your take on that, because it is rare. I'm not saying it should be rare, but we don't get submissions from Holland for funky jazz. So it's like, why is that?
I don't know. Well, my first love is Gino Vanelli. When I was, I think, 50 years old, I saw the LP. I'm from that era, Powerful People, and I was hooked. You know, no guitar, only synthesizers, a great drummer, Graham Lear, and it was really directly into my heart. This is the music I totally dig. I don't know why, but it's yeah, it was reaching out to me. It seemed, and well, that was a kind of funky stuff too, you know, Gene Vanelli, Latin, funk, jazz, and yeah, that's
Yeah, it's funny how that works,
Yeah.
Hans. It's
Yeah.
like, it doesn't matter where you live. It's
No.
not pegged to any culture or race
No.
or anything, or even
This is
religion
my
or
music.
anything.
This-
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
yeah.
just you
Totally.
turn it on, and it's like
Yes.
you
Boom.
physically feel it in your body. It's like, whoa, what's
Absolutely.
going on here?
I was triggered.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
you started as a drummer. I mean, that was your
Yes.
main instrument
Yes.
as a teenager. Is that correct?
No. I think I was 2 years old, and I already knew I will become a drummer, no matter how. I just knew it. I just knew it. As long as I live, I know I'm a drummer. It's strange, but I'm strange. That's how it is. That's how it is. I am a drummer. Maybe not the best drummer in the world, but I am a drummer. That's what I am. You know?
So I think you said, I was just reading your bio. So at around age 19, was
Yeah,
that when you kind of made it your career
Yes,
officially?
yes,
Okay.
yes. I got some lessons, but before that time, yeah, I was always into rhythmic things and playing with my hands, and well, you know, that's what drummers do quite often. So yeah,
It's like a fetish, isn't it? Somewhat.
yeah. Yeah. Give me some spoons and I'll.
I know. Just
do-
give me some. I gotta just like make some type of beat going on. But
Yeah.
but Hans, you said something before we played your song. You're like, a few years ago, you were just kind of startled. It's like, I got to make an album. Is this your first album?
Yes, totally. Yeah.
So what? I mean, have you been a session drummer all these years, or what?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm a drum teacher. That's my core business.
Okay.
Yeah, I play. I'm a freelance drummer, and I played in some bands. I played in, for example, a tribute Steely Dan band.
Oh, yes, that
Yeah,
makes sense. Steely
yeah,
Dan, Joe.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
Joe's music sounds like Steely
yeah,
Dan.
yeah. But well, this was a long time dream for me to at least make one record. At least that's yeah, that's what I have dreamed about for years. And there was always fear. I'm not good enough. I will fail or whatever. And this big voice, what I was talking about, um, it really happened. It
All
was
right, all right,
a
Hans. I
week
want
after.
to. This is deeper with Dave, so I want to get deep into this
Yeah,
point
yeah.
right here, and hopefully it doesn't make you uncomfortable. That's just how we roll
No,
here.
no, no,
But
no. Ask me everything.
okay, so in your bio, I noticed
Yeah.
something. You made a
Yeah.
point
Yeah.
to say you were raised in a conservative family.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I think there's something there with the whole story of maybe why you held off so long to kind of create your own
Yes,
original albums. And
absolutely. Absolutely.
was there a fight with the family of like you should not be a musician in the early days?
No, but no, not exactly. But I grew up with classical music. I, um, I yeah, it, what, yeah. Well, it's not likely that the family where I grew up with uh, made me a drummer. It was just, it was not a fight or something, but it's, I wasn't encouraged. When I took my first drum lesson, well, my parents, okay, you want to go drumming, do it, go it. But they don't understand my drive and yeah, it's my life, and they still, I think, don't understand what my passion is. So that's for me in my yeah. It was important to write my bio about the concept of family. Yes, because it's when you look from outside, you think, huh, how is it possible that guy's playing drums and he comes from such a family? That's yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit...
Absolutely. I mean, we've
Okay.
had this discussion with multiple artists in the past where it's challenging sometimes. I mean, it really has an impact on your career with your
Absolutely.
immediate family and your friends and the support
Absolutely.
system that you have around you, because
Yeah.
we've had artists on the show where everyone around them, family and friends, they were telling them, don't do this. Like, get a serious job. Like, you should not be playing music. This is a pipe dream. Like, what are you doing? And they had to fight that for years until finally they just kind of broke through, and now it's their career. And then we've had artists where it was 100% support from like age 10 or when they were a kid.
Yeah.
And they help pay for albums and all this stuff. It's really a major impact on the path you take.
But at the other hand, my parents, I went to the conservatory in the Netherlands.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
Yeah, and they said, okay, do whatever you like. That's the other side of the story. So it wasn't. They agreed for a certain extent that I wanted to be a musician.
Right. So they were supportive enough to like say, go to school for this and learn your craft.
Yes.
And
if you want to, if you are happy about it, then do it.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Hans.
They don't understand. Yeah. They don't understand. Yeah.
All right, man. We're gonna move on here in a bit. So this. I mean, like I said, Joe and I, we love this song. We love this album. It's so cool. Musicians you had working on this. The video is cool to see them all playing and everything.
Thank you.
What's the plan for the next year? Like, are you going to actually play live with a group, or is this just a piece of art?
There are some plans, but very little bit, because I have to take this step by step. And Well, there is some confidence growing, and well, I'm thinking about a second album. There has to be a second album. I can do this. I know for sure, but well, also the playing has to be my attention, and well, we will see. We'll see.
I would guess that you're kind of a unicorn in your area where you live in terms of this style of music.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I don't
Where,
know.
yeah, I mean, I would venture to guess that people would want to see this, you
Yeah,
know,
well,
because it's
yeah,
not so
that's
common.
true. No, that's true. But it's a large band, you know, so you have to think it through how to solve certain challenges.